We farmers walk a lot, mostly to get around our land and check on the animals if we don't have an ATV. But have you ever thought about how you could make your walking easier? Well, that's where the handy walking stick comes in. And I'm going to show you how to make one from this to this today on That's a Farm. So let's not waste time and get right to it. Step 1. Find your stick. If you live near or own a forest, this is probably the easiest step out of the bunch.
Try to find a nice strong branch that is about your height. If you're going for durability, try a hardwood like hickory, walnut, or oak. But if you're going for looks, red cedar is definitely the way to go, which is what I found.
I'm going to probably cut this down to my height. This is way too tall. There you go. Since I'm a homeschool kid, I'm going to need some friends. And so I'm going to call this stick Brandon. Now let's go, Brandon, and take you to make you a beautiful staff.
So I cut Brandon down a little bit and took him to the workshop, where we start.
Step 2. Get out your protective eyewear. You don't want to be poking people's eye out, don't you, Brandon?
Hush up, boy.
The tool we're going to be using today is called a Dremel tool. And if you don't have one of these, you will have to whittle your stick by hand with a knife. That'll probably take you a week or two longer. Step 3. Cut off all the little branches off your stick. Let's cut off all your little legs, Brandon. Step 4. Take the broad and smaller end of your stick and cut them flat. We'll round these parts off later.
And once you've cut those ends off, it's time for step 5. Start making your stick smooth by using a sander bit on your Dremel tool. Do this until all the bark is off your staff. This might take a little bit, but be patient and don't rush it. Just try not to imagine the screams your stick would have if it were alive. Step 6. Round off both of your stick's sides. Make sure the bottom is nice and sturdy and the top fits comfortably in your hand.
There, Brandon. We aren't going to sand you anymore. I lied.
Come on, man.
Step 7. Sand again.
Make sure to make them super smooth, because this is the last time you're doing this. And now for step 8, my personal favorite, customization.
Take a tiny bit on your Dremel tool and customize your staff. I have to say this is completely optional. But if you don't want your stick to look boring and ugly, I'd suggest customizing it.
Step 9. Paint. To seal the stick, we have to paint a clear coat over it. This helps it to be glossy smooth and we won't get splinters from it.
And now for the final step, use your walking stick responsibly. Walking sticks aren't just fun to make, they also help our balance and steadiness, if used correctly. With Brandon, I always have somebody to lean on for balance, even when riding a bike. Well, thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to That's a Farm.